Hey guys, this is YT42, and welcome back to Metroid, Part 3. And we're at the second half of the playthrough already. I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, Metroid's not a very long game, so yeah. Anyway, what I'm doing at the moment is I am going for a nope. I'm going for an energy tank, I think. Is this the room with the energy tank? Let me see. Yes, it is. Okay. Oh, one thing I hate about KRAIDle is its enemies. The enemies in KRAIDle can go die in a fire! Even though they spawn from fire. Die in Vendrana Drifts? Maybe Arc Terror? That's the only planet of, Metroid Prime Hunters that I know. I mean, I know that you go to multiple different planets. Cold areas in Metroid. There's Sector 2 from Other M, Vendrana Drifts from Prime, Arc Terror from Prime Hunters, and Sector 5 from Fusion. Alright, so this energy tank's not that hard to get. Boop. Got him already. So we're at 4 energy tanks already. Well, technically 5, because, you know, we've got the one that we start off with, you know, a basic energy. Alright, so don't take that tunnel through, don't take this tunnel, back to the room. You wanna jump on here, you wanna bomb and jump over. Sorry, hiccup. And, yeah, this is the way to get through, because the other one just leads to that little block. Ow. God, I hate these enemies so much. The ones that come out of lava. And do that! God, it's annoying. Anyway, I think here I go for a missile expansion, which is good. Oh my god, I'm just so excited to record Prime. But I mean, like, I should probably focus on this game while it's still going. But yeah, KRAIDle. Okay, so most people say to go through, well, KRAIDle's the area like, the name of the area and the name of the boss. But, most people say to go through Ridley first, which is the second area, which means you have to go through Norfair, and then into Ridley, and then you get to, the boss himself. Which, you know, that's a long way. Like, most people say to do that. I don't. I say go for KRAIDle first. Well, make sure they get, like, tons and tons of upgrades, like what I'm doing here. So I've gotten, like, a bunch of energy tanks. I've also gotten, well, not that many missiles, really, but, you know. Well, for KRAIDle, you don't really need missiles if you've got energy tanks, so, you'll see why in a second. Anyway, another missile expansion right here. But, you know, people say go to Ridley first, because Ridley is such an easy fight. I don't. I say first, you know, get everything you can in Brinstar, like normal. Then go to Norfair, get the screw attack, well, get the high jump boost and the screw attack. Then get, a few energy tanks, you know, in Brinstar, maybe one in Norfair, a few, one in KRAIDle. I think KRAIDle only has one energy tank, and it's right at the beginning, which is super, convenient. So yeah. And then, you know, from there, go do KRAIDle. Go through KRAIDle and, well, actually, no. Once you've gotten the high jump boots, go back to, Brinstar and get the Varia suit. Because the Varia suit is probably the best upgrade in the game, because it just makes your life so much easier. And from there, also, if you notice these cuts, it means I'm, checking the map. So, yeah. I mean, KRAIDle's a harder boss fight, but he's easier to get to, and that's more important in my opinion. But, if you have, like, there's this one strategy for KRAIDle that I'm using, and it's so, like, you'll take a lot of damage doing it, but it's worth it, because, like, if you go after KRAIDle first, you won't have a lot of missiles, but probably a lot of energy tanks. Voice, would you like to stay with me? Energy tanks? Okay. But yeah, you'll have a lot of energy tanks, and that's what you need to defeat KRAIDle using the method that I will. Because defeating Kraid, otherwise, he's really, really tough. But if you just don't care, you're not going for a no-hit run, just go ahead and, you know, do everything, do the strategy I'm doing. That I've always done. It's so easy. And, like, people warn, like, other people, you know, oh, don't go through Kraid first. Kraid is such a hard boss. Go for Ridley first. I'm just going, no. Like, you have to go through Norfair and Ridley. I mean, like, that's such a hard trek if you're going for that first. Go for Kraid first. Because Kraid is, like, so close to the beginning of the game, and there's an energy tank to refill your energy. And, there's a few missile expansions, but if you've got tons of energy tanks, he's so easy. So, yeah, what am I doing here? I think I'm just checking if I'm at the bottom of the room, because that's what the map, said. Oh man, it's good, this game, these little, like, those little, big eye things. Boogly eye, bubbly, I don't remember the term. Like, in this game, well, in Zero Mission, the remake of this game, they, like, if you destroy them, they drop their eyes and that will actually hurt you, but in this game they don't, which is so convenient. Because, honestly, it's really annoying. Okay, now, one thing that I really, like, I think this game is, better at than, oh, by the way, this is Kraid. Now, just watch what I do. Just start rolling into him using bombs. But okay, one thing that I feel, Zero Mission took away what the original Metroid had, was, it took away, like, your freedom to decide which items you want to get first. Like, you can get the screw attack so early in the game, and, like, usually, like, in pretty much every other Metroid game ever, like, the screw attack is a really late game item. But, you know, you can pretty much go off after it whenever you want, and it's really, really cool that you can. And Zero Mission doesn't do that. It's you know, it's structured like other Metroid games. But anyway, that's Kraid, and you're thinking, oh, I'm so low on health, how am I gonna get out of here? Energy tank right there. Okay, so the way to get this is come up here, go on a waffle, and jump in and get, oh. We've gotta be faster. So that's the way to get it. Multiple, and I rolled out of it. What am I doing? Jump into it, go in, there we go, free energy tank, and full heal. Look at that. You can actually collect that energy tank during the Kraid fight, you know, if you're low on health and you want it, like, which is pretty cool. But it also changes the room's music to the, you know, beep, boop, beep, boop. It changes it to that. Which, you know, is a little funny, because, you know, you're fighting an intense boss and it's just like, oh, there's an item nearby. I've collected an item. Wow. But, anyway, now we've got tons and tons of missiles. Like, seriously. I think here I'm just trying to see if I have over 100 missiles, which I probably do. Oh no, I'm just trying to freeze them. Alright. So we get 75 missiles from that, and this part, ugh, I hate this part, okay. If you're playing on the virtual console, I would honestly recommend that you use restore points here, which are basically save states, but for actual Nintendo games. I would highly recommend doing that. And, like, I'm using them there, but I just cut them out, because, you know, waste a few seconds and everything. So if you get knocked off here, you're gonna get sent flying either to the left or the right. You want to get flying to the left, because then you might actually get a chance to recover. Whereas if you get sent flying to the right, you know, there's not much chance to recover. So yeah, got sent flying to the left here, and just got into that little platform there. God, I really don't like this section. I mean, maybe this is what people are saying with, go for Ridley first. I mean, like, no, don't. I mean, like, because getting back out of Kraid is another story. I mean, getting through Kraid is, you know, it's not hard. Also, have I mentioned the music yet? The music here is amazing. Let me just say that right now. Because I love this song so much. It's like, this is one of my favorite NES songs, and you know, NES songs are great, but you know, I don't really care for 8-bit tunes when there's a remix of it, you know, in a later game or somewhere else. But you know, I don't like this song is awesome. Like, even its 8-bit form is amazing, which is pretty cool because you know, there's not many games that do that. I mean, there's not many games that have, like, NES games that have awesome soundtracks. I mean, I personally hate soundtracks like, Kid Icarus. Well, Kid Icarus has an okay soundtrack. I mean, just, I don't know, because you hear it so much because of all the frustration and anger and pain. You know, it's really, you know, it doesn't grow on you, you grow on it. Okay, that's something I don't get about it. Okay, these flying enemies, you normally can't hurt them at all. But sometimes, if you screw attack into them, they will die, and sometimes they don't. It's just like, it's so, what? Anyway, I'm just going this, no, don't go that way. Yeah, I just cut here, because I'm like, oh, better look at the map, see if there's another way out. Okay. So entering one of these, like, so you may think, oh, we've seen this room a million times, why do you keep going through the same room? It's not the same room, it's just that this game likes to use a technique we know as copy and paste. Yeah, it likes to, you know, it likes to use the same room for different areas, and it's like, it's so obvious. And it's just like, what the hell, man? Why? But anyway. One thing that's not in this game, or I don't think any other 2D Metroid game for that matter, is, yeah, see, I couldn't square attack into that guy. Anyway, like, there's no, like, cause if an enemy drops missiles, like, that'll only give you 2 missiles, but, you know, in later games, that'll give you 5 missiles. But there's never, like, cause in this game, like, even in this game and later games, there's, you know, there's big health drops, like, where an enemy will drop 20 points of energy instead of just 5. And, you know, sometimes they do that, sometimes they don't. But, you know, that's even in this game. But there's never, not even in later games, is there a, like, 10 missile, like, drop instead of just 5. I mean, in Prime there is, in the Prime series there is, but never in this one. Which, you know, is a little, well, never in the 2D games, which is, you know, a little bit of a shame. And there's never any in Other M, because there's no drops, which is stupid. I mean, concentration in Other M, I don't know whether to say it's broken or it's, like, annoying. Well, I don't know. Other M, like, when it comes to items, is so weird to me because, you know, like, Other M, like, I don't know. I think it's early in the game when you get a missile pack. It only gives you 1 extra missile, which it's really stupid. But I guess that's because of the concentration ability, where you can get full missiles at any time you want, which I don't know whether to say that's broken or not, because it really isn't, but, you know. But anyway, you know, and then, like, I think it's really early on in the game, where, like, missile packs will drop 2 missiles. Will give you 2 missiles instead of 1. It's just like, what? Why don't just not have concentration, not have that restore, like, not have concentration, just have enemies drop missiles and, what's it called? Health pickups. So that way, it's like a regular Metroid game. I mean, wouldn't that make it easier? Wouldn't that be better? I don't know the total amount of, missiles you can get in Other M. I think it's 100. I think. I have no clue. I mean, well, Other M's items and stuff, I don't know, the whole thing about Other M just feels off to me. Like, it doesn't feel like Metroid so much. I'm probably checking the map here. Am I? Am I gonna press the map? Oh no, I'm just sitting there. Okay. Alright, pass me. You win. Okay, so now I'm going into Norfair so that way I can get into the, well, not the final area, the second last area of the game, Ridley. So, if you were to go for Ridley before Kraid, you'd have to go into Norfair. I mean, we've already done that before, right? Which is fine. But, you know, you gotta go through Norfair, like, get to the bottom of Norfair. I mean, it's not that hard because you can just go straight to the right, and there's this massive vertical shaft that drops you right to the bottom, which leads to Norfair, to Ridley. To Ridley's lair, I should say. But like, you know, then you gotta go through Ridley as well. Like, the trek is worse. Like, the trek is too hard to be good enough for an easy boss. Because, well, one thing is, if you have the wave beam, Ridley isn't as easy without the ice beam. So yeah, just gonna say that. So this remaining 4 minutes of this video is just me going through Norfair and getting to Ridley. Man, Norfair's music's pretty boring. Like it's pretty boring until you get to this part, where it's like this yeah, like this part of the song's good. Like just the beginning part is boring. Just dun 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 dun. I mean, Zero Mission's Norfair song is pretty good. I mean, not that great. Okay, now I'm going for those extra missile expansions. So I'm gonna get 25 extra missiles. That just leads to the ice beam, I believe. This goes to where there are 3 missiles. Yep, here's missile pack number 1. This is, like, I can't believe they did this. Like, this is just so convenient and it's so great. Like, there's 1 missile pack, 2 missile packs, and 3 missile packs. And then that's not all, because there's a door above the door that we just came in from with 2 missile packs exactly like this. And it's just like, what? Did I say that earlier in this part, or was it last part? I don't remember. I'm saying part. Probably just because I'm post-commentating. I haven't done that since, well, since Undertale episode 40, but, I haven't, like, really post-commentated, since, like, I haven't post-commentated a whole Let's Play since, well, not a whole Let's Play, but, you know, except for 1 part of a Let's Play since Super Mario Bros. 3. Like, dude, that was Let's Play number 4? No, 4? Was that Sonic Colors? I remember. I think it was number 4, yep. It was number 4. Man, when did that end? It's like 2000. It started 2012. God, time sure does fly. Anyway, and then 1 more missile expansion, cause hey. And then what's better is that the door that I skipped leads to the ice beam. So yeah, if you've got the wave beam, you want to switch back to the ice beam, you can go ahead and switch back. I mean, that's probably what I should have done. So I should have gone for the wave beam, because the wave beam is really, really, really out of the way, and it's in Norfair, but it's like you have to take not the bottom door from this long vertical shaft. You have to take like the third from the second from the third from the bottom, I think, and then you have to trek through that, go up and down and all around speed highway, and you know, then you end up in the room with the wave beam. Just like, that's such a long trek, and I couldn't be bothered doing that when I can just show it off at the end of the Let's Play. using a code, which I was going to show off. Because this game has a continue feature, which basically allows you to enter a password. And you know, any game with a continue feature also has, like, passwords, like secret passwords you can enter. Most. I'm looking at UCAS menu for. I really should let's play that. This is the bottom of the area that leads to, you know, this leads to Ridley, but, like, you know.